Hello, I thought I'd come on to share some of the Christmas cards that I made for Christmas 2023. This one I made for my mum from my dad. So he always asks me to make the card for her that he wants to send. And I can do whatever I want basically, he doesn't have any idea. So yeah, I just choose something. This one is from this collection, which I did share on my channel, but it's probably 2 or 3 years old now. I'll see if I can find the video because I believe I did an unboxing of it. So that's from Crafter's Companion. And I've used 2 papers from it. So I cut the Christmas tree from this paper. I've distressed the edge with my distress tool and vintage photo and walnut stain distress oxides. And what's good about the fact that I've got that one cut down is I've now got this for another card, so I could easily do one with a DO card for that. And the nutcracker here I have torn from this one, so again I'll be able to use this piece and some other bits of scrap from that. I chose this to do in the background because I thought it kind of looked like he was in a dream, and I thought she's got her eyes closed and the whole sort of premise of the nutcracker is that he comes to life but is a dream, you know. So yeah, so I picked him again, distressed the edges with the vintage photo and walnut stain. I have added some Wink of Stella, just the clear one, to the star. I'm not sure. Oh, you can see it. That's good. And also to some of there was little like almost like splatters, which doesn't sound very nice, but of white, almost like it might be snow. So I've done those with the clear as well, just to bring those out. And I've added the dewdrops, which came in the collection. On the base card, I've added with I think it might have been Acorn Versifying Claire, so possibly this one. I've added the music script that comes in that set, and I've also added with what is the green I use? Yeah, Rustic Wilderness. I added some of this around the edge, so you can just see that around the edge of the card, because I didn't want to leave the card white, but as you can see there's not much of an edge. And then she is stamped from the collection. There's this stamp here, and there is also a matching die cut that goes with her, which is just there. So I've obviously die cut that out. It's very handy because this fussy cutting can sometimes be a bit tricky. And I've coloured her with my Kuretake Real Brush pens, so they behave like watercolours, and as you can see they've got a really thin nib on them, and they are literally a brush. So yeah, I've coloured her with those, and I think that's it, to be honest. I think that's, yeah. Oh, and this the Christmas Magic, again, that's from the stamp set, and I used the Shaded Lane, is it? Shady Lane from Versifying Claire, because it's nice bright green, but it's also got a slightly vintage tone to it, which I felt fitted in better than any of the other green inks I've got. So that's that one. My next card I've made for my parents, and I thought it'd be quite nice to go with the Nutcracker theme again, because then it would look like a couple of cards from the same collection once my mum opens the one from my dad, which I've made. So as I said, I've used the same collection. I've done more or less the same on the base card with the fern stencil, not fern, it's the fir tree stencil, and the music script. This is the half of the paper, or the rest of the paper from the other card that I used. I did actually show you this piece that was left over. And I have stamped and cut out the Nutcracker and the Gifts. This is also a die from that same collection. And I've got to be very careful because the stickles are still wet. I've used the cranberry stickles again. In colouring this in, I've just used the, what's the Distress ink? Rustic Wilderness. And then I've used one of my Kuretake pens and taken this brush and dipped it in some of the ink that I've scribbled onto a mat and just made the brush strokes so you can see sort of some texture to it. And that stamp is from the set as well, and I've used, I think it was Lumberjack Plaid rather than the Festive Berries because I wanted to be a bit more of a red tone. Again, I've used the Walnut Stain and Vintage Photo to get the brown tones and the vintage look. And I have used some fluffy stuff on his boots there. So that really is running out now, and so are my stickles, which is really bad timing, but that's another one done. My next card, as you can see, is a cross-stitched one. I've added the sentiment, stamped the sentiment in the corner, and also stamped some holly. And I've put some sparkle on that. Not sure why the camera is flickering. I think it might be to do with the light. But yeah, that's my cross-stitched card. And on to another one. So this is using mostly A&All Create stamps. In fact, they're all A&All Create stamps. To make the snow, I've just torn some paper so you get the layered effect, and then there's a snowy background as well, which is also some pattern paper, and I've added some fluffy stuff to his Santa hat. I have my final two cards to share. So this is using all cardio stamps and a cardio stencil, and I've embossed this with clear embossing powder so it's slightly raised. I've used stickles on the holly berries, and most of the inks I used were the Versacolour. I did use a little of the Distress inks for the holly down here, and also for this stand here. So quite proud for that one. Got 3D Schnee for some snow, and also some stickles which are frosted lace, and the berries are cranberry. And my last one is again using the cardio stamps. Apart from this one, this came from a freebie magazine set. Again, use stickles on the berries and just some of the frosted lace for snow, just where I've sort of highlighted those as if there was like bumps in the snow. And yeah, I've used all sorry, brain fog, Versacolour inks for all of that one. I've used a few of the cardio stamps, sort of mixed and matched them up. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a thumbs up and a comment, and until next time, cheerio.